Rossoneri fans, welcome back to this new AC Milan talk. Today we're going to be discussing everything about AC Milan, from the first team to the women to the under-19 and also some off-the-pitch activities. We're ready, so let's begin. We're going to be starting from the first team. I'm not alone for this journey. Of course, my partners for today, Sheridan Bird, welcome.
Hi, Juicy. Hi, everybody.
And good to have you back, Adriano Del Monte.
Great to be back, Juicy.
So we're going to start by the last game, actually, the one against Monza. Third consecutive win and third consecutive clean sheet, actually, Sheridan.
Well, I mean, everything you said just then is just fantastic to hear. Third consecutive win after a troublesome January. Third consecutive clean sheet. Things are going well. The tweak in the system has obviously had a difference on the defence and the team, remaining with the clean sheets. So, these are really positive things happening after a very testing time.
Looking very good. Also, a return to the top four as well. This was an interesting game, Juicy. Of course, we discussed last week how Monza came in wonderful form. They hadn't been beaten in the new year. To go there and do this and come away with maximum points, great to see Messias with the goal there, a wonderful strike. But it was a credit to Pioli's men and how far they have developed and come in this new system. So, again, another clean sheet, another 3 points, a near-perfect performance.
Of course, we have to point out that AC Milan also has proven to be able to suffer, because Monza definitely tried to get back on track with everything they had, Sheridan.
Yeah, they are a really, really good team. Perhaps not the most famous or not the most glamorous in Serie A, but they must be respected. And the fact that Milan went there, kept a clean sheet, got the job done, got all 3 points, is a sign that they have learned from that difficult time in January. The team have developed, the team have learned to suffer, as you say, have learned to withstand and absorb the pressure, but remain calm. And it's just, as Adriano said, it's a sign of growth, and it's a really positive sign.
And we spoke about that, Sheridan, as well. We spoke about the fact that it was timely for this Milan team to have this sort of test against a team in Monza, who, as I said, have been very, very difficult to break down. So to come away with it, with another clean sheet, 3 points, it's character building, and again, we said it all the time, but bigger and better things to come now with 3 straight wins.
Also, we got the chance to take a look at a beautiful action from Tataruzano, because definitely we have to give him credit for what he's been doing for 3 games now. Nothing to say about it.
I mean, absolutely. We here have always believed in Ciprian Tataruzano, and he showed why he deserves that belief, and he made some really important saves. And while Mike Maignan has been absent, Ciprian has been influential. And, you don't keep clean sheets if your keeper doesn't know what he's doing. And maybe he got a bit lucky there. But it's about time that Rossoneri had some luck, because things weren't going so well in Milan's favour recently. So, chapeau to Tataruzano.
He certainly was one of the more important players in the match there. And yes, Maignan potentially returning soon, but great to have another goalkeeper in top form like this. We love to see it. Great to see the players here enjoying with the travelling support. Obviously not too far a trip there to Monza, but this is what it's all about, and return to the top 4 now, Juicy. Hopefully can cement ourselves in that position with the fixtures to come in Serie A.
Since we're talking about him as a protagonist, we have to say the defense is back, so let's listen to the words of Ciprian Tataruzano after the game, and also the words of Fikayo Tomori.
Importante, abbiamo chiuso una settimana con 3 vittorie senza gol subiti. Importante per il nostro morale. Speriamo che questa ne spinge da dietro per ritrovare la forma dell'anno scorso. Ce l'ho davanti a me una difesa più compatta, e si è visto anche le partite.
Sì, c'è soddisfazione ovviamente perché abbiamo vinto. Per la squadra è importante di avere un clean sheet ancora. Come hai detto, dopo un mese difficile per noi, sì, penso che possiamo andare in avanti e non pensiamoci di più dell'ultimo mese, e guardiamo in avanti e godere ancora il calcio. Questo campo è difficile, e per me dopo tre settimane fuori campo sono felice di essere sul campo ancora, ma più felice con i 3 punti. Sì, sento stanco, però è tutto bene per me.
So we heard the words of Tatarusano, the defense is more compact. Let's comment on that.
Yeah, I mean, the move to three at the back was a necessity, and it came during a difficult time. But now it's worked. It's patently working, and as Adriano and I, in fact, all three of us discussed last week, it frees up Theo Hernandez. So Mr. Pioli obviously will be the man to decide if it's three central defenders from now until the end of the season in May. Thankfully, that's not our job, because it's very stressful. But if he does decide to stick with the three central defenders, it might be a very, very good development.
Certainly seems the right idea to stick with what's working for now, obviously coming off the back of that difficult January period, to have found a system which maybe isn't the long-term play, but certainly one that is suitable, working and really assisting the players to rediscover their best form and confidence. I certainly wouldn't change that, but that's obviously up to Mr. Pioli to decide. Obviously, Giussi, we must say wonderful to see Tomori back in action. He touched on the fact that he was absent for a few weeks, now adding further depth to the heart of defence with the three-man defence. Super important, and if they're going to continue playing in that fashion, bigger things to come. But before we move on from Tomori, I know you're very impressed with his Italian skills in such short time. Not so common for English players to go away and pick up a language as well as Ficaio has.
No, it's true. Brits abroad, we aren't famous for picking up languages. Obviously, my Italian's perfect. But Tomori, just a really good communicator. We know about his class on the pitch, but off the pitch, really impressed with the way that he's settled in a relatively short time here in northern Italy.
Exactly, and also he's ready to be a protagonist again. Fully recovered. What do you think about it?
He's a leader. You know, not every leader is the captain of the team. But Ficaio Tomori was one of the standout players last year in the Scudetto season. And he's back, he's fit. And with Ciao and Kalulu and Simon Kjaer, who, when he's called upon, is always dependable, there's good depth in that central defensive area.
Depth in quality, but also in leadership as well. We know a lot of teams have leadership qualities, captains who are defenders. It's great to see four players that you mentioned there who certainly have the attributes of being a top performer on the pitch, but also a great leader on and off it. So to see a player who, of course, has been so important to this team under Pioli come back from injury and, well, just come back and haven't missed a beat. It's just great to see. And with Kjaer now, obviously didn't start in the match at the weekend, having that depth in reserve, great signs ahead of a big test this weekend against Atalanta.
That's right. And also we have to say that after this game, Coach Pioli was actually awarded with the prestigious prize of the Golden Bench, right? The Panchina d'Oro. And it's really important because it's actually been voted by his fellow coaches. Sheridan.
I think his work speaks for itself. He brought Milan back to the pinnacle of Italian football, back to champions of Italy. He brought the Scudetto back after too many years, and he did it in a low-key way. Stefano Pioli is not the kind of manager who complains. He doesn't make fuss. He doesn't talk to the papers about how the referee should have done this. He doesn't say, I want this player. He's just very, very low-key, but very effective. And it's great for him to receive that award. He looks very thrilled. There's the golden bench, Juicy.
Exactly.
We want a golden sofa next week.
It will come. Deservedly so for Mr. Pioli, deservedly so. Very good to see, and hardly a surprise what he was able to do. He was the leader of this Milan ship last season, and he certainly played his part.
Okay, so let's listen to the words of Coach Pioli after receiving the prize.
Certifica la bontà del nostro lavoro, di tutto l'ambiente Milan, chiaramente. Sono io a ricevere questo premio, ma il premio è chiaramente da condividere col club, che ci ha messo nelle condizioni ideali per lavorare bene, con i miei dirigenti che sono sempre stati presenti, ci hanno sempre sostenuto, col mio staff, chiaramente, perché mi sostengono, mi supportano e mi sopportano tutti i giorni, e chiaramente con i giocatori, perché i giocatori sono stati troppo belli, troppo bravi per non condividere con loro questo premio, e permettetemi di dirlo, con i nostri tifosi, perché è chiaro che l'anno scorso è stata una galoppata fantastica, aver rivinto lo scudetto dopo tanti anni e aver festeggiato in modo così incredibile il giorno dopo tutti insieme a Milano è fantastico, ma soprattutto per quello che hanno fatto in questo periodo i nostri tifosi sono veramente meritano questo premio anche loro. Nel nostro ambiente, nell'ambiente calcio è molto facile dare delle etichette, è molto facile dare dei giudizi. La cosa più bella per me, ed era il mio sogno, era allenare una grande squadra per più anni. Quindi adesso esserci riuscito, comunque provare a continuare a allenare questo top club per me è un grande stimolo, è un grande orgoglio e mi dà grande motivazione. L'ho sempre detto, l'ho sempre sentito quando sono entrato a Milan, ho sentito qualcosa di particolare e quindi ci speravo.
We're really proud of our coach. Sheridan, some words about it?
Just as I said before, it's the awards, the honours speak for themselves. Taking Milan back to the top of the tree in Italian football after a long pause took a lot of hard work, a lot of shrewd tactics, man management as well, because you know the players are people and some have different requirements. With some you have to be tough, with others you have to be comforting and like a father figure.
And not only just this season, I think we must respect his journey and what he's done to get to this point. So, wonderful reward for a wonderful manager who's come in and done big things. But I'm sure now, given the positivity that has been in recent weeks, the objectives are there to make the most of the remaining fixtures to come this season, both domestically and in Europe. But look, wonderful scenes, a wonderful time, and looking forward to the next match this weekend.
Exactly. Let's take a step ahead to what's going to be happening on Sunday, the game against Atalanta. They are currently on 41 points. Well, it's an important game. Definitely could change some things right now in the table.
And also they're wounded, Atalanta. Their last match against Lecce, I believe, didn't go the way they would have wanted. So they'll be angry. They'll be a wounded animal, and they're always dangerous. So it's like Milan have to continue this splendid run going, and Atalanta, it won't be easy.
This was the meeting earlier in the season, 1-1 in Bergamo. Atalanta, look, always a quality team, always must be respected, but they are wounded and not in the best form for their campaign. 3 defeats in the last 4. But again, another timely opponent, I feel, Sheridan, because another team, yes, maybe not at the top of their game, but a team that are full of quality. We know that this fixture last season was the last home fixture of the season before the Scudetto triumph, of course, at Sassuolo. So good memories from that night, 2-0 on that occasion, and hopefully a repeat this weekend. But look, another test for Pioli's men against a very strong opponent.
So as you said, Sheridan, they will actually be very motivated and dangerous. So what are the weapons they can actually use against us?
Well, I mean, they've let 1 or 2 stars go, but they have kept the team spirit created by Gasperini, their manager. In defence, they've got Demiral, who is a feisty, a spicy defender who knows what he's doing. And the big thing, I think, with Atalanta is they want to create an environment where it doesn't revolve around one superstar. A bit like Monza last week. They're a team that have a way of playing and they have a way of hurting you. But Mr. Pioli would have done his homework, would have done his research, no doubt.
No doubt. I think there is one player, though, up top in Højlund, the youngster who's come into the team, who has been he's been a phenomenon this season. And look, certainly Atalanta are known for this. They're known for being able to really establish and emerge these young talents. And he's come through. Of course, Lookman's had a great impact this season. Again, a lot of weapons for Atalanta. But Milan will need to focus on their game, do what they've done, and another clean sheet and another 3 points will be what everyone wants.
Of course, we have to say that this match against Atalanta also reminds us of the final of Russia of last year. Remember the last game against Atalanta?
Of course.
Absolutely. I mean, anything that evokes memories of last season is a good thing, let's be honest. And the team need to try and bring that spirit back. These are the images, Adriano. I'm sure you remember this
I was at this game, Sheridan, of course. I was at every Milan game to close out the season. Exciting times. This was a very hard-fought game, obviously. Atalanta were in good form then as well. Leao here with the opener, and 2-0 it finished. But we talk about atmospheres, we talk about experiences. This was right up there, of course. The last home game of the season, obviously needed the points at Sassuolo the weekend later, but this had all the makings of a historical special meeting, and Theo there with
that's quite a good goal.
That's quite a goal.
It was a special day. I was right behind that goal as well. So
Juicy was a, sorry, Adriano, but it was a splendid goal. Would you say, Juicy?
It was.
It
Certainly
was,
a
yeah.
splendid
Adriano
goal.
agrees. A splendid goal by Teo, just driving through the midfield. And in theory, with the three-man in central defence, Teo has that freedom once more this season. He doesn't have to worry too much about the defensive duties, and the three centre-backs, Chao, Kalulu, Tomori, release Teo, hopefully, to do more of what we just saw.
Actually, since the tactical turn, we keep on facing masters of the three-man defence. It's one thing we have
The
to point out.
coincidences that football throws up is wonderful.
Let's now change the subject. Let's jump into some off-the-pitch activities. We have a special surprise, actually. As we said, this week was important not only for what happened in the stadiums, but also for what happened off the pitch, because it's official. The new jersey is here, a collaboration between Puma and Cochet. So let's take a look at the clip. So the new jersey is here. We're going to be using it on Sunday against Atalanta. Adriano.
What a thing of style. What a shirt of beauty. We're very lucky because we've got a couple
We
of them
have
here.
it.
Juicy.
Thank
one for you, Sheridan.
you.
Thank you very
Let's
much.
show it
Thank
to
you.
This is style. This
following
is
us.
quality. It is beautiful. You could wear this
There
anywhere.
you go.
Sheridan, you were at the launch for this as well.
I was, and it was a great event. It was a lovely marriage of the two worlds of fashion and football, because it's Milan Fashion Week, and or Milan Fashion Week rather. So it was.
You have the goalkeeper one.
I have got the goalkeeper's shirt, which is golden,
like
as you
that.
can see, and the design is based on 8-bit computer games. So it's got a twist, and that to me is excellent design. And this will be worn by Milan Tatarusanu, Laura Giuliani, the goalkeeper of the women's team. And they are lovely items, and I think Adriano wants to take them home with him.
Beautiful as always. Oh, you would want to wear this, Sheridan. You want to look good. This is style. This is what
If
it's
you
all
look
about.
good, you play well.
That's right.
Also, AC Milan keeps on having a great relationship with fashion. Now it's Fashion Week here in Milan, and you were an event, right? Weren't you?
A wonderful event. There was a couple of the players from the ladies team, Laura Fusetti and Greta Adami, were there. Olivier Giroud was there, so it was a chance to get close to the players. The designers of the shirts were there, so we got to ask them about the fabulous work they've done with Cochet, the French brand. So it was a lovely evening.
Also, the women are going to be wearing it against Roma in a Coppa Italia game. So.
Very, very good, and why not? But good to see you amongst the VIPs at the launch, Sheridan. I'm sure you enjoyed that. Look, I think you said look good, play good. I think any team, any Milan team that wears this will put in a very good performance. So looking forward to it.
Now I
Juicy.
think, Sheridan, you can keep one. You choose which one.
Well, I mean, I wanted the green shirt, but I think
I know
I
you've
don't
been
care
wanting
about
that
the green
for-
shirt. You don't have to send me the green shirt. I think
new
it's
favourite.
That's the new favourite, and that's coming home with me.
Now we are done with some off-the-pitch activities. We're going to be switching to another topic. We're talking about the AC Milan women. We're jumping into the world of our AC Milan women because there was the international break, Sheridan, and now the game against Como will be the last one of the regular season.
It's good to have them back after the international break, in which Milan players represented their nations across the world. And aside from the derby, which we mention every week, the derby defeat is the only blot on the 2023 calendar for the women. They've been in great form and keep it going against Como this weekend. And Mr. Gantz's side, as I say, with some new additions and with some old faces, as it were, have been playing well and keep that momentum going.
Ahead of the championship group, which will get underway, obviously, for the top 5 after
Exactly.
the trip to Como. So hopefully after the international break, refreshed and ready to go for the second half of the season. I guess, as you can see, obviously Milan comfortably in the top 5 there, 3 points against Cornwall this weekend, could finish as high as 3rd going into those final matches of the season.
Now we're going to listen to the words of Nazira Kairzad, a beautiful interview of the Afghani goalkeeper who found a new life here in Italy.
I'm Nazira Kairzad. I'm 18 years old from Afghanistan. I born in Bamiyan district, a place that no girl play sports or go to school or doing some jobs. Then because of some family problems, my mom, she moved from Kahmar to Bamiyan. Then I was 12 years old that I start playing football. I see football like a member of my parents, like my brother or sister, that I cannot live without football. There is one goalkeeper from AC Milan, Mike Maignan. He is my favorite player. Then there is 2 others. There is one Afghan woman. Her name is Nadia Nadim. She is from Afghanistan and she plays now in United States. She had so many difficulties, but never she gave up. It's one of my favorite. The 3rd one is Mbappe. They are the 3 favorite person that I like in football. When I wear national clothes, I was so interested and I was so happy. But unfortunately, I played not a long time with them because of the Afghanistan situation. Then suddenly the situation became worse and I left the country. It was not my choice to come in Italy, but now I love Italy because of football. Especially I love Milan to stay here because it's the city of football. I have Italian lessons because next year I will begin to university, Scienze Motoria. I love to study sports. Of course, one day I want to go back, and because in Afghanistan we don't have female coach, I want to be a coach for female for women, for Afghanistan women. My message is for refugees, it's like they should play sports. When they play sport, they feel free, they feel proud of themselves, they feel stronger. It's my message that they should play sports. At the moment, my dream is to stay in AC Milan. Then the second one is to bring my parents in Italy or in some safe countries. It's my dream. Alla fine vorrei tanti ringraziare il Milan, il mister, il compagno di squadra.
Let's comment this beautiful interview, Sheridan.
It's a wonderful story, it really is. So mature at the age of 18, and the life of a political refugee is a really difficult one, and she's stayed positive, followed her dream, and it shows the healing power of football. It just shows how far sport can stretch. So I think that's a really heartwarming story.
Absolutely. Beautiful story, incredibly inspiring. Of course, we wish her all the very, very best of luck, but a young girl with a very, very bright future.
Right, let's now switch to the last topic of our AC Milan talk. We're going to be jumping into the world of our under-19. Important weekend also for our under-19. Beautiful victory against Cesena, Adriano.
Of course, we spoke about it last week, Sheridan, but this was the moment for the team to respond, and they did exactly that. It was a tough match. Cesena had a player sent off and missed a penalty as well, but to Abate's boys' credit, they fought back and they did what they needed to do, picking up a 3-0 win, which comes at a very good time, Sheridan, ahead of the European commitments to come.
Yes, exactly. It was a tough match. Cesena are struggling, but they are scrappers. They're an aggressive team, and that was the first goal, which was passed into the net by Stalmak, the number 16, and that was a great finish by the captain, Yunus Elilali, who came on as a substitute, and you can see how his teammates and the staff were delighted with that. Really good low finish. They were spirited, you know, Cesena, and as you say, Adriano, they had the chance to take the lead with a penalty that they missed. and that was Diego Sia, the Argentine ace, who made it 3-0. 3-0 scoreline makes it seem perhaps easier than it was. It was tough, but it was really good to get the 3 points and just to get a bit of confidence up before the upcoming matches.
It will be a very important week also when it comes to the European front, because the next match in the Youth League round of 16 will be the one against Rupul Viv, Sheridan.
Yeah, this is where I think the players really want to show what they can do on a European or even global stage. It's so good. Looking back at some of the highlights of the group stage in the UEFA Youth League, there is Andrei Kubis, the Romanian giant, scoring the penalty there. Don't forget, I am always happy to remind everyone, Juicy, that Milan finished top of a group with Chelsea. It was not an easy group, but Milan made it look simple. Mr. Abate's side really expressed themselves in this group stage as Chaka Traore and Younis El Hilali, and that was the goal against Chelsea in London, or in Surrey. So it's on to the next round, the round of 16. A one-off match, unlike the men's senior team, which will be played there at the Puma House of Football here in Milan. So it's a good chance, but one must not underestimate Rook Lviv, because they eliminated Inter.
That's right.
So they know what they're doing, Adriano.
Sheridan, this was really the result in the group stage, the 3-1 against Chelsea, a couple of goals late on there that was the decisive result in the end. So, yeah, one off now against the team that eliminated Inter, and then potentially a quarterfinals to come. It would be a thrilling end to the campaign for Abate's men.
So good luck to our under-19, and thank you all for being with us for our AC Milan talk. Thank you again, Sheridan Burt.
Thank you, Juicy. Thank you, Adriano.
Thank you, Adriano Del Monte. Let me say hi to him.
Hello, and thank you, and goodbye. Pleasure as always. Thanks for tuning in.
And we're going to be meeting next week to discuss everything about AC Milan. Ciao.